I'd say most poets is like, it's love and daffodils and...
Did you just click?
I didn't understand that until my boy was telling me about the reason why they do that. But in theory, like, what's your actual perception of love? Man and woman, or a relationship, because things have changed now.
How, like, what can you actually say about that? It's like a massive, massive, massive topic. All I will say is that I know that love is something that everybody wants in some kind of capacity. It's why people always, it's a subject that even when we run away from it, we always somehow find our way coming back to it. Even when I get, let's say someone's like, oh, could you write a poem for like a wedding, for example? I always struggle with those ones because I'm a bit like, oh, so lovey-dovey. And when I'm like, oh, I write about love, it's always, it can be from a completely different standpoint. But I think the main thing is that love is something that we all want, and it's okay to be loved. Because that's, yeah, it's okay to be loved. It's also okay to say, like, especially when it comes to relationships, it's fine to say, I don't want one right now, and I'm not ready for one. And I feel like because there's this idea that, I don't know, you're going to miss out or lose the love of your life or blah, blah, blah. You see people stay in situations that they don't want to be in. Like, you don't have to have it all together. Like, you don't have to be, I always say to people, you don't have to be ready. You can be like, do you know what? I'm figuring this out. And but to say that to someone, especially if you're already in a situation, it's hard and you have to be brave, and a lot of people can't do that. So they're like trying to figure out themselves through someone else and taking them along on the ride with them, which isn't fair. So I guess, I don't know, my thing of love is that love is like crazy and unpredictable, but also can be very stable and mundane all at the same time. Like, yeah. I don't know why I asked you to describe love. It's super hard.
Do you know why I look at it? It's because, you know, I think love is different to all people, isn't it? But I think, like, I believe love is tolerance in a way, right? Because culturally, my parents have been married like 40 years.
Wow.
So when I look at it, I'm like, it evolves. It may be that first, you know, and then it's like, it goes there, and then you have to actually tolerate the human being that you're with. Like, this is it. And for like my generation, from where I see it, is that the tolerance part is like, if it gets rough, we out. So I always kind of like wonder from creatives like yourself how you objectively see that, because obviously it's not saying I'm telling everyone, but it's always good to hear, because you guys will cover this in some of your topics.
I feel like I would say to anyone, if you feel like, don't stay in anything toxic, of course. I think as a poet, you don't want to, like, I never want to come across telling someone or projecting on them, this is your situation, this is what you need to do. Because the truth is, you never know someone's situation at all. I remember growing up, seeing my mum and dad interact when they were together and be like, oh boy, I'll never take that, because in my mind, I had the way how I thought it should go. And now, again, you're looking from the outside in. But I feel like having been in certain situations myself, you start to realise that, wait, hold on, this is a lot more complicated.
Right.
So I never ever want to project on someone what I feel like they should do. But if you feel like something's toxic, if it's killing your spirit, it's messing up your energy, you need to come out of it. That I definitely will say, because I feel like sometimes, I completely agree. I think it can be tolerance, and I do think that sacrifice is such a big part of love. And it takes work, and so many people aren't willing to put in the work to last. But sometimes there are some things that you shouldn't be working on. So there are so many, especially because you were talking about people looking at social media and having like I'm telling you, nobody in this world is relationship goals. I'm telling you that free. Like, no two humans in this world are relationship goals, because they have their own struggles and their own things that they go through. And I feel like you can learn from someone and be like, oh, okay, dope. Like, that's a great tip. Whatever, cool. But no one like can be like, this is the benchmark for everything. And I feel like where we look at these like superficial things from the outside, is where we're getting tripped up. So you have people being like, oh, I'm going to stay in this situation, I'm going to work hard, I'm going to do this. But what you need to be doing is running away. And I feel like the main thing is that people aren't doing enough work on themselves. So I see a lot of like like, yeah, if my partner was to change like this or this, that, and the other, and everyone's always trying to change each other, but as opposed to just being like, am I a better person? And like I see, okay, so I have like a zero tolerance policy on like cheating, yeah. And have arguments with like a lot of my male friends about this, yeah. Because I got to a stage where I was like, I just don't understand. Like, if they want to be something, just leave them. Although I think having gotten a lot older, I understand that situation can also be very, very complicated. So I'm always like, if you choose to stay, all power to you, and if you choose to leave, all power to you. Like, it's okay, whichever way whatever you choose. But my main thing about like about things like that is that for a lot, I see so much on the whole, how can you forgive them and how can you do this, as opposed to us as humans being like, let's not celebrate that. Let's not say that this is okay or this kind of behavior is okay, because it's actually not okay. I don't know why no one's calling it out anymore. Like, cheat on your partner or whatever, like, it's not okay behavior. It's not, oh, sorry, let's just put a plaster over that, oh, let's just move on. Like, it's not okay. And I feel like there's not a lot of emphasis on, I'm just going to be a better person. What can I do to be like a better person for the person I want to be with? And I feel like when you do so much self-work, then you start to realize a lot more who you think you deserve.
100%.
Yeah, like, then you start to be like, actually, no, I did a lot of self-development here, and I'm about to mess that all up. But you know what, like, I know what it's like when you feel like, do you know what, when you're feeling hopeless, but that's why self-reflection is super, super key. Sometimes you can be all together and then something can come and literally just pull the rug under your feet and you feel like you're starting again. But then it's okay to like look inside you and be like, even simple things like, what do I like? Some people don't even know what their hobbies are. Sometimes we're so engrossed in like, whether it's being in a relationship, the type of career we want or whatever, like what we think is the next thing, that we don't actually stop and be like, what do I like doing? I ask so many people, what are your interests? Like, aside of, you see your man on this day, you go to work on this day, like, what do you like doing? And they can't tell you. And it's sad because it's like, when have you had a chance just to look inside? What's going on there? Like, what are you okay with? What are you not okay with? Like I was saying to my friend the other day, that if I just had like loads of money, how I would have therapy. And I said that I don't think you need to be like really messed up or in a bad place before you start stuff like that. That it's just really good to always be in to just know the temperature of your, like, I guess your soul. Like, what's going on inside? Like, are you happy? Are you not happy? If you're not happy about a particular thing, how can you change that? How can that get better? And I feel like that constant checking in, always good. Like, I could be in a situation, let's say I don't handle it the way I would want to handle it. I might be like, hey, do you know what, I should have done better. But then I'd break it down as in, but why was I feeling this way? Or why did I get this angry? Or what is the actual trigger point? Like, what is the issue? Does it stem back to something that happened before and it's causing me like anxiety about something? Like, people aren't asking enough questions and then being like, okay, this is the issue, what can I do about it? It's like, oh, I've got this problem, I'm going to beat myself up about it and then do nothing about it.